My buddy, we just found this out. He's been betting on UFC fights a lot.
Yeah.
And he would be like, I picked Nate Diaz and he won. Why am I not winning? Like, he was like, bro, I'm placing these bets and they're taking my fucking money. I've lost like hundreds of dollars. Bro, we checked. He wasn't betting on fighters. He was betting on over-unders of rounds. And he had no idea for months.
Yeah.
For months was like, I picked him to win. And we're like, no, you picked a first-round knockout. You dumbass.
This is a Your Last Resorts production.
And welcome back to the Your Last Resort podcast with your host, Brandon Lejean. This week, it's episode 124, and I'm joined by my very special guest, Tony Casillas. Thank you for doing the podcast.
Hola, por favor.
Oh, sí, está bien. Muchas gracias para atendo ¿cómo se dice? Podcast?
Two quesadillas, please. That's all I can do.
Dude, it's so rude of us. We should have, I can't believe we're doing this podcast after the day of the Queen passing.
After she died a graceful death.
A graceful death at 96.
At 96. She probably invaded a brown country we haven't even heard of before she died. She goes, let's invade! And she sent like fucking 4 of those silent troops over there.
With the big puffy things on their heads.
And they just stabbed some children, took over, and then she's like, I can die in peace now.
Knowing that other people are oppressed, I feel safe. Beans and crumpets.
I eat crumpets. My daughter-in-law is a whore that broke my family.
She dated a ginger, and that's the most disappointing part.
This is why we'll never let the Browns in our family.
Never ever
let
let
the Browns break families.
They teach them hip-hop music and ruin family.
I never listened to hip-hop. I heard Jay-Z. And my son, or my grandson, has 99 problems and a bitch is one.
And that is unacceptable. Frankly,
unacceptable.
It's not good.
She died, dude. Dude, people are like upset about it.
That's my favorite part, is the people
they
upset.
Actually care.
Who gives a fuck? The Queen, like, my favorite part is the Americans that care because they're like, it's bad for politics over there. The Queen doesn't run the country, bro. They have a thing called a prime minister. It's not, this Queen is like, it would be like Kim Kardashian dying, but less exciting. Like, Kim Kardashian is actually probably more important to the U.S. than the Queen is to England, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that's a little bit over there.
The Kardashians a lot of credit.
You're right. I'm just pro-Kardashian.
You know, that's a family that's lived decades and decades.
Yeah.
This family got famous because she could suck a dick.
Okay, you're right. You're right. My bad.
I don't know about the Queen's like fucking fellatio game, but like, you know, they've just.
Yeah. Well, they can't, like, because I started getting into English Premier League soccer.
Yeah.
Dude, they canceled all the games this weekend.
Yeah.
All the boxing, like everything. I didn't realize that it would be such a big deal over there.
It's because like they have nothing to live for over there, you know, and it's like when she dies, they're like, what's next, you know?
Yeah.
It's always raining. It's all tea so bad.
I have beans every day for breakfast. My breath smells.
Are we still getting beans now that the Queen's dead? She signed. If you want beans, she signs all the bean bills.
She said, "Oh yeah,
that's what the Queen does in England.
Their economy is going to collapse without her."
She's the number one bean. Economist strategist in England.
Well, did you hear that there was apparently that rumor because like 10 months ago she got like mad sick and everyone was like, oh, the Queen's gonna die. Like, it was reported that they were getting all the plans in, but then it started to leak that they realized that if she died she would have served 69 years. And they were like, well, we can't do that, she'll be a fucking meme her whole life. So she was like, there was a point like 10 months ago, if you look it up, everyone thought the Queen was gonna die just like this, and then she like kind of disappeared from public eye, like the Joe Biden treatment where you're like, is it a robot, what the fuck is going on? And then when she passed now, it had already entered a month or two into her 70th year. So people are saying that they kept her alive so no one could meme her for the rest of her life.
I don't know.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. They gave her some like adrenochrome or something.
Yeah, just a bunch of baby fetuses been injected into her.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Would you want to live that life? A royal life?
No, I mean, I bet you her royal life from like 20 to like 45 was fucking great, and then it
Do you think though?
Because they probably like I don't really know what a queen does.
It just seems like my thing is like it's not like being like a actor or like an athlete where you're gonna be like a star and then live like a rock star lifestyle. You have to live like this richy ditchy.
I guess that's true.
Fucking, dressed like it's 17.
You gotta wear powdered wigs and shit.
Yeah. You have to like talk proper.
That would be. You're actually okay. You're right, because you're right. Like there's as the queen, you have a certain standard to uphold.
Yeah.
You can't just like. Yeah, I guess you can't fuck around. Like that's
You
probably
can't just
why.
wear loafers on a Sunday.
No, dude, you got to be always dolled up in horse-drawn carriages, no cars.
No cars.
Just shitty 1880s technology. It reminds me of when I was a child. I think of Grandpappy.
Also, she's dead now. I think we should just give it up.
Yeah, bring something new in, dude. Switch it up. Like, I don't know, not a king and a queen anymore. Because now, like, who becomes king and queen? Is it Meghan? Is it the people who left? Like,
I think it's one of. Is it Charles?
It's the old dude, right? The really old, scary-looking dude. Yeah, I think he was king, and then I read, and now, here's the problem. I read headlines, and then I don't find out if they're real or not.
Like a real American?
Exactly. But the headline I saw was that he immediately resigned as king when he took over. So it's moving down again to the next. Because he was like, I'm too old to run the country, put the next in line.
But they don't run the country.
That's or like, to take on kingly duties or whatever. I mean, it can't be that hard.
So is it going to be Prince Charles?
That's it. I think it's them would be the next in line.
Who is Meghan's husband? That's Prince Harry, right?
Yeah, Prince Harry.
Because they left.
They left, so then it would drop down again. I did see someone put up like a timeline, and if we like assassinate like 3 people, the king would have to be a 4-year-old baby, which is pretty fucking funny. Just some Game of Thrones shit, having a baby run.
I want all the Legos. I want all the Legos. The girls must be put in prison because they have cooties.
They are nasty.
They are nasty.
Everyone gets nap time.
He becomes a 4-year-old like British Trump. All girls, I've been always saying it, all girls have cooties. We build a wall.
Keep them out.
Around the girls' bathroom.
I like that he's kind of special. Your version of the kid?
Come on,
he's
Trump.
inbred
It's
too.
Trump.
Yeah.
We're all inbred. We build a wall around the girls' bathroom, and we keep the cooties out.
That would be fucking awesome, dude. I mean, what the fuck? Like, I'm going to take a second to see what the king and queen actually do. Because
I think they just do incest.
Yeah, they can't be doing too much, like, important shit. Because, like, none of those people seem smart,
Yeah, I think honestly, maybe. I think it's just a tourist attraction.
Yeah, I think that's what I think they do like ribbon cutting ceremonies.
Ribbon cutting, knighting like Elton John.
Dude, it says, okay, so in a monarchy, the king or queen is the head of state. The British monarchy is known as a constitutional monarchy. That means that the sovereign is the head of the state. So that means they have the ability to make and pass legislation that resides in parliament. So that like, okay, although the sovereign no longer has a political or executive role, he or she continues to play an important part in life of the nation. So yeah, they just do like, basically like ribbon cutting things. They show up to stuff. They like speak and are like, our house passed great rules today, but they don't do shit.
How much is that family worth?
Oh, I can't even imagine. Billions, right?
Don't they get taxpayer money?
Yeah, and they're exempt from taxes too, I believe. Royal family wealth. Cause yeah, dude. I mean, like, dude, they were saying that she's. Oh. How much do you think they're worth, dude?
Based off that reaction, I'm gonna say like 1.5 bill.
$28 billion in holdings the royal family is accustomed to by Forbes. That's what Forbes. And that means there's probably more.
How much money's in England? What's England's like?
Like their whole country?
Yeah, what's the country's?
England's country net worth. Because that, dude, 28 billion, that's up there like the biggest cartel leaders ever had 30 billion. So they're cartel
they're
numbers.
Like fancy cartels.
Yeah, okay, list of countries by total worth. Okay, this is going to be like the most unproductive way to find it. Okay, so they come in at fifth. The United Kingdom comes in at fifth in the country, and their total wealth, how are they only worth $15 billion, the country? They're worth, the royal family is worth double the country.
Damn, dude. I say the British people should do what America did and just rise against and just take their wealth.
That'd be so sick. Like a revolutionary war over in Britain.
Yeah, why should those like 15 people That would be funny. Their own revolution.
Oh my God.
Why should 15 people have like $28 billion?
Yeah, that's
We're
insane.
doing nothing.
That's
We're just being born into
for
that
fucking
family.
each other.
Yeah.
Just like all you got to do is like push out one kid or come in a girl and boom, 28
Like people
billion.
hate Meghan Markle. I kind of fuck with her.
Yeah.
She went in, fucking little attitude.
Yeah.
And
Shows.
fucking tore the place down.
Yeah, and people like the dude who left it, leaving $28 billion.
Yeah.
They could have put me in a gimp suit every day and I wouldn't leave, dude. 28's a lot.
I bet you it sucks.
Yeah.
I bet you don't you think if he left all that, it must suck.
It's got to be terrible. There's got to be so much like. I feel like they were kind of more like social justice warriors, not like social justice warriors, but very into that. And I feel like they're, well, not to get like super political, but the UK has like a really bad problem with like immigrants, like the same as America, where they're like a lot of the country hates immigrants.
Yeah.
And also like the queen that just died, there are quotes of her being like, colonialism is great. We conquered those African countries. They're ours. If they didn't want it, they shouldn't have let it happen. It's
She said that?
1945 and I want that place. She was really a bad person, dude. Like, this was in the 1900s. She was like, the Africans are ours. What are you talking about? She was a crazy lady, dude. A crazy fucking lady. I want to look this up. What in the day
You
of
should
the...
have let us invade you.
Yeah. Shouldn't have let it happen.
You wouldn't have died of AIDS.
Okay, here we go. A day in the life of the queen. A look at her life. Okay, let's see. This is written...
Let's do this.
Okay, Queen Elizabeth, blah, blah. Okay, she wakes up at about 8:30 in the morning.
Good.
She's... I don't know why that was so good. Her Majesty is greeted by the sounds of bagpipes each morning at 9.
I would kill myself.
The piper plays on the terrace beneath her apartment at Buckingham Palace. She usually takes a bath, having breakfast alone, and it's usually cornflakes and fresh dried fruit. So
Okay.
far, this sounds pretty terrible. Bagpipes and cornflakes.
It sounds like she lives my grandma's life that was in San
Hold on
Antonio,
one second.
Texas.
Hello?
I was a little worried.
Me too, because I was like, it was not only was it a different voice, but it sounded like slightly.
Did they just check you don't have like drugs and stuff?
I actually like it was called like a mandatory unit inspection. They were sending a bunch of emails, and I guess like they have to come around once a year. He literally just said, "Let me check in the bathroom." I think he was making sure like this wasn't like a crack den, basically.
Yeah. I bet you they checked, make sure there's not just drugs.
I hid my drugs.
Yeah.
I knew they were coming.
No, I bet you, but like a drug operation. I bet you if they found a little.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I might. Well, I was a little worried because we like don't have listed that we have a dog, so that might make some problems now. But he didn't. He really seemed like he was just coming. Like that was so quick. I don't think they.
What if
give
he
a fuck.
executes your dog?
That'd be pretty lit. He also had an accent that made me think he was coming to defend the queen, dude. Hello, are you talking about me, love?
Are you talking about me, love? She just died.
All right, let's see what else this bitch
So,
does.
dude, what I was saying is she lives like the life of my grandmother that lives in San Antonio, Texas. Bagpipes, cornflakes, and dried fruit. That's my grandma. That's Grandma Gina.
Yeah. Yeah, so far this isn't that fancy. So okay, starting the day off with formalities before any of the fun start. The queen takes her time to read the daily newspaper.
Okay.
She is the head of 16 governments, the leader of the Commonwealth of 53 nations. That's insane. Then it's down to fan mail, as she calls it. Her Majesty receives over 300 letters from the public every day, and she makes it her personal mission to read and reply to some of them. It's a very random sample that she does this in. Okay, it's talking about the letters that she reads. Okay.
Do you think she's ever gotten a letter that's just like, send me them titties, though. Send me them royal
like some
titties,
dirty
though.
ones, like, this is my semen sample I jerked off to you this morning.
Yeah. Put it in your pussy. Put it in your pussy.
Make me a royal daddy. So it says, after all the morning admin, when at Buckingham Palace, the clock is only reading 11, and it's time for her to attend her meetings. The Queen dedicates one-on-one time with special guests, overseas ambassadors. This usually lasts no more than 20 minutes, the meetings. And then on occasion, she has it with like people who win awards and shit. And then, okay, so after all this hard work, that's hilarious. She's done nothing but talk to people and eat breakfast. The Queen chooses to take a privately typical lunch served at 1 p.m., which would be fish, vegetables, such as wilted spinach or courgettes. I don't know what that means. And then, yeah, dude, this is just she pretty much has lunch. Then she uses a royal helicopter and train to travel places. And, Yeah. Oh, yeah. It says so then more people visit. If no one's driving by, she has free time. And then at 4 p.m., she takes her tea. You know, very British. And then it says she hangs out with her fucking dogs and then has dinner, dog. That's her day, dude.
Jesus.
She doesn't do shit, dude. It wouldn't be fun, though. You're right. That would not be an enjoyable life by any means.
You can't just, like, party.
Yeah.
You can't get drunk as the queen.
Fuck no. Well, you've heard on, like Bert and, like, Kreischer and other people on podcasts talk about the days that Winston Churchill used to live.
Yeah.
Though that's the real way you got to live. And he was just a prime minister. If I was a king or queen, I would want to live
Yeah,
like
Winston
that.
would drink in the morning.
Yeah, he would drink, smoke cigar. He would drink all day. Just basically be fucked up all day. Like, they're lying, bro. That article was written, like, it was one of those things. It says it's written by thecrownchronicles.co. So, like, the queen wrote this article. They probably didn't include, like, the fucking meth cocktail she takes in the morning to keep going. Like, she's 96, bro. She needs a little energy to get going.
Yeah, it's why. Like, I don't know, man. Like, why do they have it? What's our obsession as humans? We are obsessed with royal families. We are obsessed with dynasties.
Yeah.
Even in America, man, the Bush dynasty, we love it.
Yeah.
The Clintons.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Well, my only thought is maybe we're so bad at, like, I hate making decisions by making decisions sucks.
Yeah.
And even like cuz I got a girl, so like it's easy where I can just be like, "Babe, what should I do?" and you can kind of like deflect the decision onto them. That's kind of what we want as Americans is we just don't want to make these decisions. So I think we like the idea that there's just a weird group of like families and people that are like, my life's work is to make decisions for us. And we like admire them for weird reasons.
Yeah, we admire like Trump is admired. And it's just like, bro, this guy was just a rich kid.
Yeah.
Who he did some good business, but for being a rich kid, he did pretty poorly.
Yeah. He exactly. He's had a lot of scandals, a lot of loss of money.
Fail.
Yeah.
How do you fail a casino? It's a place where people give you money. I went to Vegas. Those things don't fail.
Yes.
Those things don't fail. There are people in there for 24/7 just gambling away their life savings and going, only one more rabbit. If I get one more rabbit, I'll be worth $2,000.
No, you're right. You ever seen someone like lose like money where you're like, oh, they ruined their life at a casino?
So my game is blackjack.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing, the reason I love blackjack is because it's the players versus the house.
Yeah.
If you find a fun table with just dudes drinking.
You can literally ask the people next to you what to do.
Yeah, and not just that, but you're like, fuck the dealer.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, fucking we all won, you know? And it's like everybody's just hyping themselves up. You know, I lost $100, but it was 4 hours. I got 4 drinks out of it, 5 drinks.
Yeah.
You know, it's worth it. I basically broke even.
Exactly.
So the worst is when you're at a blackjack table and the vibes are great, and then a guy sits at the open seat, and dude, this was in Oklahoma. We're playing blackjack, me and Buddy. The table's great, and this guy joins us. And everybody's placing 5 or 10 bets. This guy, $50 bet, gone.
Fuck.
$50 bet, gone.
Jesus Christ.
$100 bet, gone. Gets back up, comes back, $300 more. Oh my God. $50 gone. He's just on a losing streak, $50 gone. His wife comes, and she just looks defeated. And like, it's his last $50. He hits it, right? He puts it down. Fucking, he has a 20, but it's an ace. Dealer has ace, flips over 21, and he just goes, God damn it! And just fucking slams the table, and you're just like, oh man, that guy, I think, lost a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck. I don't get how people do that. And like, bro, his poor fucking wife, like, just has to sit there and be
she was like rubbing it, like, come on, baby, let's just
guess
go.
we're eating top ramen this month.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah.
She's like, let's just go home. He's like, one more hand.
Dude, people at casinos are fucking, they're crazy. They're scary. They're like, dude, people like that who you can tell they're just like ruining their fucking lives. Because the blackjack table is supposed to be fun. There is like, I always have one idiot friend where we'll join a table and we have the one rando, and like my one buddy like doesn't get blackjack, and he'll have like a 17 and it'll be like hit, and the guy next to will be like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah.
The best is watching a random stranger yell at another stranger like, you're fucking me, dude.
I do love that.
You're like, bro, there's 6 decks involved in this. You can't count cards. You don't know what was gonna happen.
Yeah, but still, it's basic strategy.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you hit on a 17 and the dealer had a soft 15, and like, there's been no face cards in like 8 turns. Don't hit, dude. It's gonna be a face card.
Yeah.
And then he would bust, and the dealer would get like a 3 and beat us all. I'd be like, what the fuck, dude? Have you ever? The thing that was like, that's fun. Another underrated game at casinos is Pai Gow. Have you ever played that?
No.
It's like 8. It's you know how to play poker, correct? Uh-huh. So you get 7 cards, and you have to play 2 poker hands. So the bottom hand is a 2-card hand. So you put your pair, or if you have nothing, you'd put like ace, king, high.
Yeah.
And then the top hand is another poker hand.
Okay.
And so how it works is the dealer has 2 hands. You have to win both hands to make money. Otherwise, if you win one, lose one, you push. So it's a fun game where, like, bro, you'll play for like 3 hours and be like, I'm up $25, or like, I'm down 25, and you have fun. And it's another game where you literally can be like, how do I play this hand, dealer? And they go, oh, legally you have to play it this way. Place it like this. So there's no stress. It's easy. That. You don't lose a lot of money. I play this with like my mom when I go on like to Vegas or shit with her, because it's very like chill. Now, dude, when you go into like a poker room, they're scary. Have you ever, dude, like, I'm talking in like Vegas, because there's the fun, the blackjack, Pai Gow. You know, you can play like 2-hand poker on the tables. When there's the actual one where you said it's not friendly, you're betting against each other, dude, you walk in, it's so silent. You can hear a pin drop.
The chips are just moving.
Glasses. No one's looking.
Fucking earbuds.
Dude, you speak, you get like shot. Those are the worst. I can't play poker in Vegas because it is so stressful. And there's like a vendetta between people. People hate you and shit.
Yeah.
It's not the way to go. That
dude,
shit
it's like
sucks.
Sports, but like with money.
Yes. Yeah.
Because like in the NFL, you lose, you still get a paycheck. Mm-hmm. In poker, you lose money.
Yeah, it's not like blackjack where we can all win. If you win this hand, everyone at the table loses, and everyone fucking hates you. And that's the room too where people are playing. It's not $10 hand buy-ins. Like it's like 25 to get in, and they bet up to like 100 per hand, and that shit's just like, you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Would you ever take your family if you had kids to Vegas? Because I saw that, and my mind was blown how many children were just running around Las Vegas.
I'm a child who grew up being at Vegas. Like, my mom loves gambling.
Really?
But the crazy thing is my mom is the luckiest person in the universe.
Yeah.
We go to, like, charity school events, and she buys raffle tickets and wins the 50-50. Like, it's bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
The luckiest person. And so my mom would like sign up for those, like, we'd stay at like Sunset Station, which was like 45 minutes from the strip. So you're like you're in like Prim, Nevada, basically, in like the middle of nowhere. But she would get we get comped rooms, and we would she'd come and play in these like free casino, like poker and slots tournaments, and we'd go there until I was 15 years old. We went to Vegas for every Super Bowl, every summer, and then a poker thing. And she would bring the kids and my dad every time. So
what would you guys do?
There was this thing called Kids Quest, which they basically took a McDonald's playground, put it on crack. They bought every game system, made a gaming area. They put like a little toy play place, and then there's a snack bar. Your parents show up. There's an hourly fee to leave you there. They leave you with a snack budget. So like food items cost money. They're like, you're left with $10. They left you an unlimited meal plan, whatever you want. And my parents would go, goodbye, it's 3 p.m. And then I would like pass out in the jungle gym at like 1 in the morning. And I'd be so tired sleeping in the slide. And I just hear like, Brandon, your parents are here. Brandon, your parents are here. Slide down the slide, grab my sisters. Let's get the fuck out of here. My dad be fucking hammered.
Yeah.
My mom's fucking high off winning like $1,000 in slots. Like, you guys want Fat Burger at 2 in the morning? We're like, yeah. And that was, dude, and I thought Vegas was the shit as a kid.
Fat Burger destroys all the trauma.
Exactly. The best part is, around 11 or 12, my mom starts to be like, we could leave Brandon in the room. Like, he's old enough. And, like, one morning I'm sleeping in. They're like, well, we're going to leave you in here. I don't want to get up. She's like, hey, we're going to breakfast if you want to come down. Mm-hmm. So come down. I'm leaving you my phone. Come on down. I was like, okay. So, like, I kind of woke up before I could hear him leaving in the next room anyway. But I was like, this is exciting. I'm a kid. I get to go down by myself. And I wait. My parents leave. Now, there's 2 restaurants in the hotel.
Yeah.
They're both buffets. They don't tell me that they're not going to the normal one below us. They're going to the one on the opposite side of the casino.
Yeah.
So I leave the hotel. Door closes. Immediately, I realize I left the room key they left me and my mom's cell phone.
Oh, no.
Because I don't have a cell phone. Or
Yeah, yeah.
I'm 12 or 11. Like, I'm young.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck. So I start like knocking on doors like next door where all my family's saying everyone's gone. I'm so dumb. I pick up a pay phone and start trying to call my mom. I'm like, why doesn't this stupid phone work, dude? And I walk down and I go into the buffet and no one I know is there.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm like at 11 years old, you start panicking. So I'm freaking out and I'm like crying now and I go up to the hostess. I'm like, I can't find my family. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll take you to the front desk.
She probably had this encounter like 4 other times.
Yeah, this is the
Your mom's a crack whore now, honey. Your mom lost the deed to the house. You belong to the Vegas streets.
They just straight took me to an orphanage.
They take you to Cirque du Soleil, and they're like, I hope you can do somersaults or you're not gonna make it in the city, honey.
You know what's great is once a trip, that was the promised thing, is as at one of the days they would take us to Cirque du Soleil. That was like the big thing. We get to go to Circus, Mom, and watch that. But I start freaking out. They take me to the front desk and they're like, what happened? And I'm like, well, my parents went to breakfast and they left me in the room and they told me just to walk down and then I couldn't find them and they're not at breakfast and I don't know where they are. And so they're like, oh my God, that's so terrible. And they're like, your mom, that is so awful that they would leave you there. What's wrong with them? And so then like my mom started to be like, where the fuck is Brandon? And like goes up to the room and sees I'm gone and left the phone and is like, oh fuck, where did he go?
Yeah.
Comes down to the front desk and I'm there and I'm like, Mom. And the front desk is like, what the fuck is your problem? How dare you fucking leave your son alone? You're an awful parent. You come to Vegas and just go off to gamble. Kids matter. We have Kids Quest. You are so irresponsible.
We have Quiz Quest for $12.99 an hour that you could use.
Here's a coupon. Go there now. And like they are berating my mom, and I remember Mom's like, no, I'm so sorry. And then we like got around the corner, and she was like, what the fuck is your problem, dude? Like, I'm trying to win slots for this family, and you're gonna get me banned from here.
And you're a little pussy, dude.
Because I was like crying. I was like, my parents are gone. I'm gone forever.
That's a weird moment as a kid.
Yeah, because it was all my fault. I did everything wrong.
Oh,
I didn't check the other restaurant. They tried to leave me stuff to be okay, and I forgot all of it. Like, I could have just gone with them too. Like, did I remember? Because they were like, all right, we're gonna go next door, and we're gonna leave in like 10 if you get ready. And I remember, bro, like I just seen some stupid movie where you like put the empty glass up to the wall and you could hear better. Yeah. So I like put it up and I was like, they're still in there. I'm gonna wait. This is gonna be cool as to like take myself to the casino. And then I just caused World War III, dude. It was fucking it was tragic, bro. It was tragic.
But that's, I think, the most terrifying moment as a kid is when you separate yourself from your parents.
Yeah.
And for a second you're like, I belong to the streets now. Yeah. Where you're just like, I just live. I'm gonna have to learn how to cook.
I'm gonna paint myself silver and be a statue for
yeah,
forever. Like,
yeah.
Guess this is my life now.
I'm gonna have to find a new family. I hope they're good. I hope they treat me well.
I hope they take me to Kids Quest.
So you were a Vegas kid.
Yeah. Long roundabout. Yeah. Like it is crazy because I agree with you. Like, at least my parents, because that's the thing, they never, ever, like, at first we stayed at this place called Sam's Club. They axed their Kids Quest, so we moved to a new place. Like, they always, no matter, dude, they could have gotten offered free rooms at, like, the Luxor downtown. They were never going to go anywhere that didn't have somewhere where we could be watched.
There's a casino in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. I think it's the Choctaw.
How far is it? Like what? Like 6-7 hours from here?
It'd
be like the close
6-7, yeah.
Okay. I want to gamble again, but it's just that's far to just go maybe lose hundreds of dollars.
We'll go one day for like a football game or something.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah.
But like at the Choctaw, they used to have like a game quest thing where it's like laser tag, all this stuff. But then they took it out and put in games that are basically slots, where the kids you get tokens, you put them in the machine, and if you win, you get tokens. Yeah. And you can buy prizes. So I'm like, oh, in Oklahoma, they're training the kids how to gamble.
Instilling it young.
Yeah. I'm like, good for you.
That's fucking
I remember
great.
Daddy's, my favorite game was basically roulette.
Yeah.
It was like a game where you picked a color, and then it would turn, and the ball would land on that color, and if
Yeah.
you won a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. No, dude, they put that shit like they know what they're doing, dude. They're trying to get us onto that shit early, cause like even like I mean, obviously I love gambling in
I'm an
Vegas.
addict.
Yeah, I grew fucking living in Vegas for a couple weeks a year for getting tournaments made me like it. So I fucking love like there, dude. Nothing is better. Like I like going to Vegas. You stay on Fremont, which is like the little party street, and you go find the shittiest fucking hotel because they got $5 blackjack tables, and you just get fucking hammered and talk shit. Like it's so fun, especially too, dude. If you can get a sports game you bet on, and they got a TV near, and you're just simultaneously losing all your fucking money, like
Dude, that's the thing. I love winning, but I think I love losing more.
yeah.
There's a weird feeling when you're losing. It's like this weird adrenaline where you're just like, we're going to have to win this bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you leave the casino less than like $500 out of pocket, and you're like, rent's due in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
How are we going to make this work? You know?
Yeah.
You're just like, I might have to suck dick for rent this month.
Might be all downhill from here, baby. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I guess you're right. I never thought of it. There is, because it's almost
It's
like
a weird adrenaline you get.
Because then you get to bitch and you get to complain and you start recounting the moment. Dude, if that guy fucking catches the pass in the fourth quarter, I'm up $200, dude. But this fucking bum, and you realize you're like shitting on like an 18-year-old kid. It's like his first college game. You're like, he needs to die, dude. What's his Instagram? I'm sending him death threats.
Are you worried that sports gambling is becoming so popular? It makes me a little worried. It makes
in what way do you mean?
It makes me a little worried that it's becoming so easy to do it.
Yeah.
That someone, like you said, is going to lose a lot of money because some 20-year-old dropped a pass in one of the hardest games ever.
Yeah.
And he's going to get mad.
Huh. Yeah.
And he might hurt someone.
Yeah, I guess you're right, dude, because it like... That is a really interesting way to look at it. Because, yeah, like, sports gambling has not been legal. I mean, until, like, the last 5 years, if you didn't live in a state that had it...
You would have to go to Vegas, or you would have to know, like, a criminal friend.
Yes, exactly. Like, like, a bookie. Like, it's 1985, and he works for the Italian mob. Like, it's weird. But now, dude, like, for, like, a couple years ago, you just needed a VPN.
On your phone.
Now you don't need shit, bro. We could place a bet right now on, like, one of these offshore websites, and there's no criminal charges as a Texan, nothing. Like, it's fine. And, like... Dude, if you go, I was just on a road trip, and the second you step into Louisiana, barstool betting billboard, gambling billboard, betting billboard. And you're right, because before it was like, oh, Texas loses, fuck you guys, you ruined my day. But now Texas loses, and I just lost rent.
Dude,
it's a different thing.
Yeah, because you can play blackjack on the phone with Barstool in certain states.
Yeah.
You can just gamble. You can just...
there's live betting, bro. Like, they have that thing where it's like there's live lines. So you check that Rams are down 18. The spread's now 15 points. And you're... Like, I have friends that will, like, be like, oh, I put, like, 100 on the Rams last night. All of a sudden, the Rams are down, and they're like, all right, well, I just put another 100 on them plus 15, because if they cover this, I'll win my 100 back I lost. And then you watch them lose more and more.
And more. Yeah.
And the thing is there's not education on it. This is a great story. My buddy, we just found this out. He's been betting on UFC fights a lot.
Yeah.
And he would be like, I picked Nate Diaz, and he won. Why am I not winning? Like, he was like, bro, I'm placing these bets, and they're taking my fucking money. I've lost, like, hundreds of dollars. Bro, we checked. He wasn't betting on fighters. He was betting on over-unders of rounds. And he had no idea for months.
Yeah.
For months was like, I picked him to win. And we're like, no, you picked a first-round knockout. You dumbass. He won by submission in the second. You lost it all. Had no idea. For months, bro. So, like, yeah, I guess you're right because, yeah, dude, I mean, dude.
Because I think the more common it becomes,
yeah,
the more damaging. I don't know. But also, I'm one of those people where it's like, I guess free will.
Maybe a good way to look at it is like weed, because we're kind of taking the point of view, if you equate gambling to weed, where we're like, if you have weed available, everyone's going to do it. Children are going to be doing it. People are going to addict it and ruin their life and get on to crack and harder stuff. And it's like, I mean, the degenerates were going to probably find a way to gamble.
Also, I'm just worried, like, the corruption of the league.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, yeah, dude, that's at wow. That's a great thought, because think about the 80s when gambling was not big, but there was like a big surgence in like the 80s and 90s where, like you said, everyone had bookies. Everyone had bookies.
Yeah.
And, dude, there were mobbed up, like when the mob controlled gambling and stuff, factual proof that refs rigged NBA games.
Dude, I just watched a documentary
games.
on Donaghy, the NBA.
The Untold Stories? Yeah, those are great, dude.
The Donaghy, the ref.
Yeah.
That was just like fucking making calls,
Just getting paid by the mob,
making
dude.
people a lot of money.
Yeah, getting paid, dude.
And my thing is like, what's stopping it now? That it's easier and that it's like more widespread. And
yeah,
I don't know.
that's
just,
dude.
And also, and the conspiracy theorist to me is like, what's stopping the NFL or these like big companies going like, fucking, I need a bad call.
Yeah.
Like, hey, maybe don't lose them the game, but like, don't make them cover.
Yeah. Well, because, dude, you could put, like, the betting is getting so extreme, too, where, like, I agree with you because, betting companies and bookies and people don't want to lose money. That's not why they're in this game. They're not to make people money. They're to take people's money.
Yeah.
So how long till people start, like, things like that start losing and they reach out? Because also there's such a grand scheme of bets. Dude, you can bet on who calls the first timeouts of games, who wins the coin toss, the color of Gatorades. We were talking about this on our sports podcast. You can bet on alien invasions. It's plus 1,000 for an alien. Like, if you could put right now on this website plus $1,000, like plus 1,000 odds. So if you put $10, you'll win $1,000. That we will be invaded by aliens in the next year or two. And you can play, but you can also bet no, but it's like minus 2,500. You can bet which country will be invaded first, dude. It goes like U.S. plus 100, China plus 500, Russia plus 112. Like, they have real betting lines for this.
That's kind of dope.
It's so dope, but that's so
it's so
crazy.
Wild. Yeah.
That's so dude, wow. You're right. I could see something in like the year 2030. In like 2050, we're watching a documentary about how in 2030 there was some massive gambling corruption that occurred in professional sports. Like, baseball's so shit. I could see like they need any way to garner fans. I could see them falling in with
money.
a shitty crowd, like money, and then next thing you know, a couple years from now, we hear about how baseball was rigged. Like, you never know.
Or if you're a shitty team that doesn't have a lot of money in baseball.
The Lions, dude. The Lions could use some help. Like, if a little gambling thing was like, we can get you some more free agent signings. We can throw them a couple mil each. Like, you never know. Colleges too, dude, with these NIL deals.
Dude, those are getting crazy.
The LSU.
Okay, you played in college.
Yes.
How would you feel if, let's say, you got a scholarship, but you weren't like good enough to get like an NIL deal?
Yeah.
You're just excited to get a full ride to play at the school, and then the guy that you got recruited with comes in 20 mil.
Is he better? Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, he's the
wow. Okay, so you're saying
you're getting nothing.
Yeah, because you signed like in 2019 NIL.
No, not even that. You just
like they
didn't give you a deal.
Yeah, dude,
you weren't good enough for a deal. You were just good enough for a scholarship.
I mean, I would be pissed. I mean, fortunately, because I'm on the side of the athletes always.
I am
I'm
too.
Like, you got to pay them. I like that they pay them. There's obviously like they got to in some ways figure out like a market for it, like almost like a salary cap where you can't have like this can't turn into baseball where the Dodgers have a four bill, but like the Tampa Bay Devil Rays have like $250 million. Like, you can't have Alabama buying every recruit and shit. But yeah, dude, that would piss me off. I mean, fortunately, I guess you could transfer, but like it is weird, dude, because like think about the LSU quarterback who got all those deals, tore his ACL, missed the season, got paid for all of them. Lost a starting job and was like, I'm cool, bro. I got a couple mil. Like, I'm done. I don't need to play no more. I'm not starting. I don't really like football that much.
Which is actually pretty cool.
So cool, dude.
That's what I like. That's the one thing I like about it is because I heard that story of that one TCU player, I think. Mm-hmm. He was like a star running back.
Yeah.
And full ride scholarship was going to go to the NFL, and then junior year fucking tore his ACL. Couldn't play ever again.
Yeah.
And, they just took away his scholarship, and he had to become a car dealer.
Yeah, dude. Like people got like... That's my whole thing is like what like people don't realize as the athlete is like or like from the athlete point of view is first off you make nothing like they give you a scholarship and that's super cool and you get a stipend like to live off of if you live off campus. It pays like your rent, food, and a few other expenses. You're not living bad. And I went to a small school, but like to think that someone, dude, Texas A&M makes like their football program makes $200 million a season.
Yeah.
$200 million, and you can't like give that to some of the players, the people who make the money. The team is nothing without the players.
Yeah, just give everybody a little.
The thing though is like people always ask me like, are you mad that it happened after you graduated? First off, I was a third stringer most of my time there. I was not getting an NIL deal.
Yeah.
Also, I watched when the NIL deal debuted, and I watched the starters on my team at Murray all sign lucrative deals with Cricket Wireless.
Right?
I saw like 4 or 5 Murray players be like, I'm proud to announce through the NIL I've signed an exclusive deal with Cricket Mobile and like Cricket Wireless or like PNG Mobile to bring Firefly Mobile was another one. Like to bring you the best cell phone service coverage ever. I'm like, they probably gave them all like $100 a month to do that. Like that's not shit, dog. I was never gonna make money.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine how you would feel if you graduated a year before that didn't make it to the league, but you were like a contributor starter to the team. And
Or
you're
like a star and then just didn't.
Yeah, dude, because like you are now like, because that's the difference. Someone who played from 2016 to 2020 and didn't make the league is now working as like a data input guy making $25 an hour, living a very average life. But a guy who goes to school now from 2021 to 2024 as a starter and doesn't play as the NFL might be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Which is like, if I was a former player, I don't know how I wouldn't be like sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, Reggie Bush deserves to get his Heisman.
Oh, they got to give him it back. How are you going to take it from the man when now they're...
And also, he didn't do anything bad.
He got a house,
he
bro.
He bought his mom a house.
Yeah.
He got her out of the ghetto.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Exactly. To take away a man's Heisman... Also, so
Dude,
funny.
I watched this thing yesterday about like how shady the NFL can be.
Mm-hmm.
How when Des Bryant was getting recruited into NFL... The Miami GM asked him, like, hey, is your mom a prostitute?
What the fuck?
Yeah, and he said, he goes, I answer the question, calm and collective, but I wanted to beat that guy's head in.
Mm-hmm.
And a part of me was like, Des, you should have beat that guy's head in.
Yeah, that dude.
Because they do treat some of these players like animals, like second-class citizens.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's why, like, I'm always, too, with the NFL with, like, the players taking the power back.
Yeah.
Because, dude, like, I was talking about this the other day. Think about this. For the past 10 years, every position's value has gone up. Think about this, dude. Like, 10 years ago, you paid a quarterback, like, the star quarterbacks made, like, 16, 17 million a year, right? Mm-hmm. The average salary for an NFL starting quarterback, the average, so 16 out of 32, that's like the bottom 16. They make 16 million as a quarterback.
Jesus.
The top, if you franchise tag someone, you have to pay them within the top 5 quarterbacks. You would have to pay a quarterback like 30 million a year now. It keeps going up. But what I was thinking is, isn't that fucking crazy? Because while the NFL has every year increased in popularity numbers-wise, isn't it wild that every year somehow, no problem, the owners are like, yeah, we could pay an extra $10 million. Like, it just keeps growing. It shows
the reason they can do it is, and I don't know.
It's going to have a ceiling at some point.
No, which sucks is the NFL has become so popular where I feel like sometimes the real fans can't go to games.
Oh, dude, I just got tickets to first time I'm going to Philly. My parents bought tickets. And it's Sunday Night Football. It's against the Cowboys. It's rivalry. Bro, the cheapest tickets after fees were $250 to go to the game for standing room only. Like,
oh, for standing room?
Yeah, the standing general admission section in like the corner of the stadium. Like, we didn't get great seats, but we ended up buying like $300 tickets to go to games. It's crazy how much these popular teams, how much tickets are. But then, like, I got tickets to see the Eagles play in Houston, and we, like, spent extra, me and the boys, to, like, sit 50-yard line, like, upper deck closer, and they were only $100.
Yeah.
So, I guess it kind of...
But even $100 for the Texans is a lot.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, for a team, you're paying $100 to go watch your team lose. Baseball games are $4.
And my thing is... You know how, like, they'll sell them, like, regular price?
Yeah.
And then they'll go resale? Mm-hmm. My thing is, because pop stars and stuff have done this, is where the organization will buy the tickets and then put them on the resale website themselves at a higher up charge so they can't get slack.
Yeah.
So it happened to Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber did this thing where they said, "Oh, his concert sold out in a minute," and then the upsell was like it went from like $80 tickets to like $700 tickets, and they did some research, and 30% of those tickets were bought by his management company.
It's shitty.
Criminal.
That's shitty as fuck.
And I don't doubt the NFL does it. I don't doubt Jerry Jones does it.
Yeah.
That's one thing that really does suck is like, I don't know. It felt like football used to be like a family event.
Yeah, it's not anymore.
And now it's like, if you want to go, you're going to spend $5,000.
Literally the only acceptable way is, like I said, if you were watching a bottom 5 team in the league, which, dude, of course the tickets are cheap. No one wants to go to it. But it's still crazy that, like, the cheapest, shittiest tickets to a Houston Texans game, they were, bottom 3 in the league last year, still is $50. For a family of 5 to attend it, they still have to drop $300 to go to a Houston Texans game.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. And it's so, it is getting out of hand. And
aren't they making enough money with the TV deal, with the brand deals, with dude, there's advertising everywhere. Like, my thing is like, and this is, I guess, just me in a grand scheme. I did DMT this year.
Yeah.
So I've had some realization. It's like, dude, the way society's going, that kind of bums me out a little bit. And I'm sorry this isn't funny, but it's everybody is just becoming so greedy.
Yeah.
Like, everybody, like, I feel like we used to look up to people on how they made their money, and now we just look up to people because they have money.
There's no, used to, like, respect people. There used to be, like, the American dream, like, oh, this person did it with their hands, like, they earned it. And it's like you were talking about how, like, people, like liking Trump, like, he was a shitty billionaire. He started off as a millionaire and didn't have a lot. Like, you shouldn't respect him as a businessman. You should respect the guy who had nothing and then made it. Like, that's respectable.
Or like a Jeff Bezos, where it's like a man that has made all his wealth by almost doing legal slavery.
Yeah.
After all the shit comes out, how his workers get treated.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, man. It's weird. America's this weird thing where I like it because the everyday man can get rich and get wealthy. But like, I don't know at what cost.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, because it's like, it also makes the world, like, or at least America, like, so, like, schemy, and there's also so much, like, bullshit and get rich quick schemes and, like,
look at Bitcoin.
Yeah. Dogecoin,
dude.
Like, literally, like, memes. Like, those are pyramid schemes, basically. Like, there's no money backing. A bunch of people liked it, rose the price, made money, dipped, and now it's fucking useless. It's useless to the world and anyone that still has it. And it probably will be for the rest of time, unless there's another, like, basically pyramid scheme to prop it back up, which is crazy. It is weird. It is very, very, I don't know. I mean, did we change that much though? Like, at one point it was just like 6 people that were rich, like the Rockefellers and them and like all the oil tycoon people and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like more and more people are getting selfish with their money.
That is true.
Where it's like, I don't know. It just felt like with social media and the internet and everything, people are more connected to their phones. Or, dude, I remember growing up, like, if a neighbor had an issue, everybody would, like, help out.
Yeah.
And I don't see that as much.
No.
I don't see that. Dude, I've lived in my apartment complex 4 or 5 months now. I know none of my neighbors.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see them, I'll wave, they won't wave back, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I don't know anyone here either, dude. Like, that's just kind of how, like, yeah, you're right. It's just this very, like, anti-social, and
I think people are scared because during COVID we were taught like your neighbor might have a disease and kill you, or your neighbor might be a socialist, or your neighbor might be a fascist Nazi, or your neighbor might have monkeypox, or your neighbor might be Ted Bundy.
They might own tigers and feed their husband to them. Like,
it's like everything. I don't know. They've just been scaring us.
Yeah,
where we just don't want to get to know people.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right, dude. I guess we're way less. Even like, I think also it made a lot of people be like, oh, I'm an introvert. Or maybe they're not an introvert, but being like, oh, I prefer less human interactions. Like, I have a family member who's like a bit of like an agoraphobic, like they don't like to go outside and they're kind of kept to themselves. and they were like not the worst at doing this. They had that problem, but they always used to make at least a concerted effort. They would come to fucking, family shit and like very important events, but otherwise they kept to themselves. After the pandemic, we haven't seen this person since the pandemic started because they locked themselves inside and all of a sudden went, yo, this shit's dope, dude. I don't gotta talk to no one. No one has to ask me how I feel.
I'm just doing my shit.
I get to chill. Fuck y'all. And I like don't see them anymore. And it's kind of a little bit crazy because like there's people like that just kind of evaporated off the face of the earth because of it.
Dude, the people... Okay, my thing is, if you're agoraphobic and you just want to chill and live your life, dude, fucking live your life.
Yeah.
I'm for you.
Yeah.
But it's the people that were just like... When the country was slowly opening back up and they were figuring out ways like, maybe with masks indoors or, maybe outdoor concerts. And people would just be like, if you see another human, you're a murderer. And it's like, bro, I'm sorry I need to be with another human.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm not this soulless beast like you. I'm sorry that, I'm sorry I need some kind of human connection or I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah. Dude, I remember when I moved from California to Texas, when I left California, everywhere I went in had a mask. I wore a mask on the road trip. I entered my first place in Texas and people were like, what the fuck is that on your face? Like, take it off now, you're queer. And I was like, okay. I'm sorry. And then like, I swear to God, I'd never put on one since then.
Yeah.
But it was like, I remember when I first moved, I would post some shit and people could see I didn't have a mask on. People in California would be like, don't you think it's a little irresponsible that you're out right now?
They got the police. They got drones. They got... Dude, if...
That maintenance guy would have assassinated both of us.
If Uncle Sam wants to fuck me over, Uncle Sam, it gonna fuck me over.
Yeah. Come here, Uncle Sam.
Yeah, dude, I carry Adderall I'm not prescribed to at a lot of points. They could just pull me over and send me to jail whenever they want. So my thing is like when people are like, the vaccine is gonna give you chlamydia, it's gonna give you this. It's like, fucking let it.
Yeah, who cares at this point, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's kind of at a point where you had to not give up. That was the thing too. Is like, it was like I was like so rule abiding with lockdowns and shots and masks and doing this. But even for me, who I'm kind of a rule follower, and like at some point I was just like when they were like, all right, I think we're gonna go into a third lockdown. I was like, suck my dick.
Yeah,
dude.
I was like that. I was like. Where it was like,
I have 3 shots in me. I carry around this stupid card. I wore masks for a year. I suck my dick. I'm going outside, dude.
Yeah, my thing was I had it before I got the shot.
Yeah.
I got like Arkansas 6 months in COVID.
Oh shit! I've avoided it, dude, somehow this whole time, dude.
3 weeks just bedridden. It was fucked.
Fuck.
So I got it then. So then I got the shots when it was available, and then I got it again after I had the shots.
Yeah.
And I felt great. I was like a little sniffles, but like nothing bad.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, it's like the flu.
Yeah.
So again, when they were like, we're going for a third lockdown, I was like, I got my boosties. I did everything you want.
Yeah.
If you say bring back masks, I'll do it indoors or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go outside. I am not gonna, because dude, I gained so much weight. I got depressed. Dude, it's crazy that they left liquor stores open.
Yeah.
But you
they
can
just
go
let
to
us
the
get
park.
Fucked up. Dude, that was to the first moment when they were like, hey, you could go like back out and do comedy again. You were like, but I like playing Fortnite every night till midnight and getting fucked up. Like, I don't want to go do stuff that sometimes makes me feel bad. Like, like a lot of people fucking quit, bro. A lot of people changed their lives because people went like, I kind of got used to doing nothing.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Like, there was a sweet point in my life where it was like, because during the pandemic, I never didn't have a job. I worked at a restaurant for a long time because it was like a family friend's restaurant that really needed help. And I was like, I could use what else am I going to do? And my life would be like Monday through Friday. I worked from like 10 to 2 there as like a dishwasher and prep. I would wake up, go to work, talk to the people at work, leave, go home, and then stay inside all day. And that was like my little life. It hit as soon as the sun went down, I was like, Papa can get fucked up now. And like, that was my life, bro. I get fucked up, sit in the living room, watch movies with my parents, and go to sleep. Like, that was a weird life. But at some point, you convinced yourself that you were like, I like this. And it got hard to break out of that a little bit after COVID. It was very weird.
Yeah, I've had to give myself like drinking days, smoking days.
Yeah, you got to police yourself.
Yeah.
Because it was like, because everything started where you're like, all right, I'll have a drink at 8. And
Dude,
then
I was waking
7.
up taking bong rips at 8 a.m.
Because what else were you going to do at this point? Nothing was open. People lost jobs. People were getting $2K to just sit at home. You're like, I got to do
would take
something.
bong rips, sit on my balcony,
Yeah.
and just look at the sun.
Yeah.
I just look at
the
yeah.
sun. How long till I go blind, Queen?
How long till I go blind, Queen? Tell me.
Yeah, dude.
Kill me now, son. Burn my eyes, burn my brain.
Because this has been fun. I think we've already done like 50 minutes.
Oh,
but,
fuck yeah.
Before we kind of wrap it up and shit, there's a few little segments I do. One, top 3 movies. I always love to hear my guests. What are your top 3 movies, dude?
I'll go number 1.
Because you're kind of an artsy guy, so I like to hear like your take on stuff. I enjoy your takes on movies.
Number 1, I'd go the most recent Quentin Tarantino movie I watched.
Which was?
Well, I've watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood twice this year already.
So good.
I think it might be his best.
I saw it 3 times in theaters. I liked it so much.
I think it might be his best.
See, the only reason I can't say that is in like my top 3 is Inglourious Bastards.
That's
movie,
my first. That's been my favorite for a long time. But I think after watching, I think it might be better.
Dude, the first time you watch that movie with the whole, just the cinematography and the way the Manson thing at the end, what it all ties in is so good, dude. Even, bro, I don't know about you.
The little lines when Leo's crying and he goes, "Don't cry in front of the Mexicans."
Yeah.
Like just like little weird, like Tarantino kind of.
So good. Bro, and the best part is when you are watching a movie of a movie being filmed of actors acting bad, you're just like, bro, this is like the way it's shot is amazing. The way the actors are acting as actors is crazy. Dude, I'm with you. I love that movie, and it is my second favorite Tarantino movie. And
but Inglourious Bastards, my take.
I think I saw Inglourious Bastards. Like I was like 13, 14 when it comes out. It's just this crazy movie about people fucking up Nazis with foul language, and like it has the nostalgia factor that like edges out that movie. For me.
That movie for me when I saw it, I was like.
Because how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, I'm only 2 years younger than you. So
I
we're
was
very
like,
similar.
I was like 15 when I saw it, and I remember, I think that was like the first time I watched like because when you see the trailer, you thought it was just gonna be like these Jews fucking up Nazis.
Yeah.
But then you watched it, and you're like, oh, it's very dialogue driven.
Yeah.
And very like the most tense scenes are conversations.
Mm-hmm, dude.
And it was the first time I think I watched a movie where I was like, oh man, sometimes like conversation is more intense than action.
It's the best part, yeah. The funny part is like, that took me to like the second watch, because when I first watched it as like a 13-year-old, that slight age difference, I was like, is this whole movie going to be in German? I have to read this whole fucking movie, dude?
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious, Tarantino? And then like...
Dude, that's why I give him balls, man.
Yeah.
I give Tarantino's balls for making a summer blockbuster movie where 3/4 of the movie is either in French or German.
Yeah.
That's fucking ballsy.
Ballsy as fuck, dude. He's the GOAT.
So I'd say, okay, Inglourious Bastards and Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Tied for first.
Okay, yeah.
Number 2, The Social Network.
That's a good movie. It's like that's again a movie that like the first time I saw it, I was a little younger, and I like, it's hard to be like, let me as like a 14-year-old watch this fucking movie about social media. But when you, again, it's like it's like the acting and like the cinematography and the way it's
might
written.
be, I put that movie on like 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
I can quote that movie.
Jesse Eisenberg is
Jesse
actor.
Eisenberg,
He's great, dude. He's
Andrew
fucking great.
Garfield.
Oh, I forgot
Justin
he's in it,
Timberlake.
dude. Yeah, fuck.
Fucking Cannibal Army Hammer.
Yeah,
He plays twins. He plays the twins,
kinky,
dude. No, that movie I can quote. I
need to watch that one again. I haven't
dude,
seen it in
it's just
so long.
so good. It's just so. It's a great story of just rise and fall and betrayal, and it's Andrew Sorkin, who's just a brilliant writer.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. I like a movie that can just entice me with talking and dialogue and.
Have you seen the new show The Bear on Hulu?
No.
Please watch it
Okay.
because
it's the chef one.
It's the chef one.
Yeah.
But literally, what you're saying, like, it's one of those things. It's like one of the best shot TV shows where, like, you know, how, like Tarantino and movies like that, they, you know, you get the shot of the kitchen, like the weird shot through the order window, and it is really long and drawn out shots. That's how this show is, and the best parts are they capture the like stressful moments and dialogue and chaos of a restaurant. If you've ever even worked at one for a minute, you relate so, dude, it is so fucking good.
Okay.
It's shot so beautifully. They're 30-minute episodes, Hulu original, like good cast.
Bear?
Like The Bear, yeah. Dude, John Bernthal's in a few episodes. Like it's It's great, dude. I like highly recommend it.
Okay.
I think based off our talk, like you would love it. Trust me, it's a great show. So yeah, sorry, I just
No,
it
I'll
made
check
me
that
think
out.
the way the movies you're suggesting. It's definitely like if you like the artsy stuff,
Yeah.
it's the show meant for that. And also like it's like I'm not like some guy who's putting you on to like a secret. Everyone's talking about it.
Okay.
Like I had 4 people tell me to watch it before I watched
Okay.
it. So you should check it out.
I'll check it
It'll
out.
be like in like 2-3 years when the 3rd season hits, like you'll be a chump if you're not watching it type
Kind of
show.
like Breaking Bad was.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah. You'll be like, oh, I'll hop it on there. Like, you didn't watch Game of Thrones the first 3
I've
seasons?
never seen Game of Thrones.
I didn't watch it till it was like I
never
started
seen
it
an
right
episode.
when it ended. So
I've never seen it.
It's-
I need to. I don't know.
it's really good, but like this last like I'm not as hard as people are where they're like that last season unwatchable. But you definitely are like, I waited 7 seasons for this. Like this is how y'all are gonna rap. Okay, all right.
That's why I think Breaking Bad might be the best TV show
Oh,
ever.
I
I recently rewatched it. It is so painful. And that last season, there's not a single ounce of joy.
No, it's so intense. I'm so excited. Erica's
That-
never seen it. We're on season 2 right now. I just got her to start watching it again. I'm getting to go through it again. Oh, it's
Dude,
so
the scene,
good, dude.
the scene where he has to flee the first time.
Yes.
He's going in the basement to look for the money, but she'd given all the money to her like boss she was fucking.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Where's all the money?" She goes, "I gave it to blah blah blah." And he's just laughing.
He's laying
He's like the
through the
Joker.
crawl.
Yeah,
hole,
he's like the
yes.
Joker. And I'm like, fucking, this show is so good, so intense.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Did you see Better Call Saul?
Oh, it's great.
Amazing,
I haven't seen
yeah.
the last season yet.
Oh,
I waited
watched
until
it,
it's
yeah,
done.
So good. So
I'm
good.
gonna binge it.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. It was a great show. Wrapped it up greatly. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Those shows are amazing. So what's your 3rd favorite movie? Rounding out the trifecta.
And I love silly, dude. I love silly. So I'd go in like it's tough for me like to pick one. So I'm gonna like a package deal.
Yeah. I
Dumb
get
and
that.
Dumber,
Okay,
Tropic Thunder.
great.
And these are just movies I can just put on when I'm feeling down,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll make me laugh. Dumb and Dumber, Tropic Thunder, The Mask.
Mask is an underrated movie for sure, dude.
I love just goofy, like wacky. Like my thing is like I love my art house movies. I love
Yeah.
my little fucking dramas. But like, dude, I miss just dumb movies.
I love them, dude. Some of my favorite dumb movies are the Transformers ones. All just great dumb movies. Even like the older ones, like the later ones, get shitty. I still just like it. I just like that it's big robots blowing shit up. Like,
Have you ever seen The Greasy Strangler?
No. What's that? I've never even heard of it.
This is why I love Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Because after Elijah Wood made his Lord of the Ring money, he's like, dude, I'm set for life.
Yeah.
Right? So what he does is he'll either star or produce these weird indie movies.
My uncle produced one called with Elijah Wood and Nicolas Cage called what's it called, dude? It's called like The Thought or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, my uncle worked for Silver State Productions for a little, which is like in Nevada.
Yeah.
And he was like the producer on it. Like it's bad. I've never actually seen what it's called. Like I've never seen what the movie, but in it, I guess one of these characters wears this big cross necklace, and he like took it from the set and gave it to me as a gift one year.
that's
Like,
cool.
so he like worked with him and said he was super cool. I'm trying to look up what it's called because it wasn't that long ago. God damn, Nicolas Cage is in a lot of fucking movies, dude.
Oh yeah.
I pulled up his IMDb and there's like 50 fucking movies for me to go. Oh, The Trust. is
I've
what it's
seen The
called. Yeah, so
Trust,
he was like a producer on that.
Oh,
and
that's
shit.
cool.
So yeah, I remember I was like Elijah Wood. He's like, yeah, he does small movies and shit.
Oh,
So,
dude, so he produced this movie called The Greasy Strangler.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird and it's so fun. Not a lot of people have seen it. I would recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very strange, but it's about like this weird dude lives with his dad who's just this aggressive old man, and he just feeds him grease. And at night he turns into the Greasy Strangler, this grease monster, and just strangles people.
Oh shit.
But also the dad, when he's a normal human, is like stealing his son's girlfriend. Like it's this weird comedy. It's just both disgusting characters. They're just greasy, sweaty dudes. But it's the most wildest movie you'll see, and it's like laugh out loud fun.
No, that sounds really good. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I just fucking burped up my oatmeal from this morning. But no, that recently I've been really trying to watch new shit because I'm one of those people that I'll be like, oh, let's rewatch The Glorious Bastards
do
for
the
the
same.
400th time, and I
Yeah.
don't watch dude, literally a week or on Monday for the first time ever I saw The Godfather. which I'd never
is
seen.
Is it good?
Yeah. Oh, you've never seen it either?
No.
Well, to be honest, a little overhyped. You know? Yeah. People are gonna get mad at that, but it's like a 3-hour movie, and it's like kind of all dialogue and suspense, which is cool. But like it ended, and I was just like, okay, like that was cool, but like this is y'all's greatest movie ever.
That's how I felt like with what fucking Rosebud, fucking what's it called? Orson Welles, goddamn
fucking
shithole sled.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
something sleds were the shit.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. There's those movies where it's like I get it, like it was super cool, and like there's those moments, but it was like it could have been a 2-hour movie. And it's like the big like plots and twists like aren't that crazy. It was also, I think it was a movie you probably have to see as like a kid where your dad's like, this is a classic, because it's like what I've seen is hundreds of shows make like spoofs of this, like Family Guy, South Park. Dude, the movie is spoofed at the start of the Rugrats movie. Like the first 20 minutes of the Rugrats movie is The Godfather.
That's funny.
Like I was watching The Godfather, I was like, I know this from the Rugrats movie. So like I've seen a million renditions of it, of like the thing, you know, Luca Brasi, he sleeps with the fishes now. Like oh, you're like, oh yeah, this is from that. You know, you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
The horse in the bed.
The horse in the bed, all that. Where you're like, oh, this is cool, but also like, I don't know. It was kind of, you know.
It's fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
It's fine.
It was fine. But Gareth came on this podcast, told me it was his favorite, and he was so mad that I didn't see it, that it was playing in the Alamo Draft House.
Yeah.
And he bought us tickets to go see it and made me go, which I was like, all right. And it was cool. I'm glad I saw it in theaters than like at my house, but I was just
What's a movie for you that's like that? If you find out someone hasn't seen it, you're like, we have to fucking watch it.
I like comedy movies a lot more, so I would say like Step Brothers or Talladega Nights.
I get that, yeah.
Like, because my girlfriend Erica had seen neither of those when we met, and I was like,
that's
what?
awesome. That's cool that you gotta have that with her.
She hadn't seen shit, so like because I'll tell you my top 3. I'll do it quick because I've done it on here before. It's a shameful one, and I understand, but it's Inglourious Bastards, Rocky IV, Star Wars 3, and then honorable mentions are Step Brothers and Talladega Nights, like those, like a package.
Revenge of the Sith.
That's my favorite Star Wars one, and I have a stupid little Star Wars tattoo, so like I got to put a Star Wars in.
You don't get to say you have tattoos.
I have a stupid little tattoo. Was my exact word.
It looks like a. like a thing you get at Disneyland.
One day I'll add more, dude. I just need money. Okay. One day. So those are my. So like I like silly
Star Wars
movies.
3.
That's my favorite one.
Why?
I just do the best lightsaber battle. I like to turn to the dark side. Obviously, like I grew up watching those too, which helps. Like I like my next Star Wars would be Episode 5. Like that's my favorite second
Empire
one.
Strikes Back?
Yeah, it's Empire. I think it's the best of the old trilogy, but I don't know. I like it, dude. Obi-Wan's like I love
Obi-Wan's
Obi-Wan,
great.
so it helps having him in it so much. I can't tell you why, but it's like I've seen that movie 20, 30 times, dude. I fucking love it.
Right.
I love it. And then,
I don't get it, but all right.
And then Rocky was just like
Rocky 4.
That's the best Rocky. No,
Is it?
Ivan Drago, dude. He fights the Russian.
Okay.
It's great. I mean, they're all kind of similar at that point, but again, it's like I love Star Wars, so I gotta have Star Wars in my top 3. The Rocky, I got into like my dad showed me the Rockies when I was young, which like meant a lot to have that like movie you could watch and talk about with your dad.
Yeah.
And then like I got when I was in sports in high school, and you hit that point where I'm like, I'm gonna be a jock. Everything's the grind. Everything is about like overcoming adversity. That movie meant so much to me. Those movies, like I would watch those before games and get like inspired and be like, I'm Rocky out there on the field. Like I gotta prove them wrong. So I think it had like such a like nostalgic like inspiration for me, is why it's in my top 3. But I also like that's why I always warn people when I'm like, hey, I have like a silly top 3 where it's like
it's not silly, dude. People like what they like.
Yeah, look,
because I went to film school where like people would shit on what you like, and it's like, bro, if everybody's favorite movie was this weird French art house movie called We, like the world would be a miserable place.
Exactly.
Like you
kind of need dum-dums like me, dude, to
not
like
dum-dum. It's just dude, it's like sensibilities, man.
Yeah,
it's like I think art. The great thing about art is I feel like some people like have a tough life, and they sometimes just want to watch something goofy like an Adam Sandler movie where it's simplistic.
Yeah.
but it's fun because they have a stressful life. So it's like fucking, you know.
Yeah.
Or like I like the dumb movies like Step Brothers because
Yeah.
I felt like me and my friends acted like that growing up. So it's like our sense of, it brings
There's no
me
like
back.
stress when you watch it. It's
Yeah.
like easy watching. Well, it's not like I wasn't here like telling you about the artsy shit I love about. Like I can still like both, but I think it's just like as a kid, that's kind of what you grow up on, and you're like, I fucking love these movies and stuff. But I mean, the thing I always say though, the top 3 is so hard because it's like, all right, we all just named we each named actually our top 5 with our packages,
and it doesn't really
But
count.
think about how many good, amazing movies you love that you left out of that.
Dude, The
top
Nice
5.
Guys I could pick in there. The Nice Guys.
Yeah, the Other Guys is a great comedy with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Oh, The Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling and
That movie is cool.
better. in my opinion.
I just saw that great movie. I fucking love I just saw The
Knives Out.
Prestige for the first time.
Prestige is great.
That's an amazing movie. There's dude, Fury is like one of my
Fury's
maybe
great.
my favorite war movie.
Fury's
It's so
fantastic.
fucking good. And you could I wouldn't be mad if someone put those in their top movies, and they're like, all those movies we just named, they're all movies. If you're like, I haven't seen Fury, I'm like, we gotta watch Fury right now, Tony.
Yeah.
So I guess you're right. There's a lot of movies like that.
Yeah, I did that with my roommate Sean. He'd
Yeah.
never seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And we watched it together.
Dale
It
has
was-
never seen a Tarantino movie. I've been taking him through
good
them.
for
They're
you.
so good, dude.
It was funny because at the end it shows up to the Sharon Tate killings.
Yeah.
And he just goes, "Oh my God, are they gonna show it?" And I literally told him, "I go, dude, you know how much Quentin Tarantino loves his violence."
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm gonna watch a pregnant lady get brutally murdered." I'm like, "Unfortunately, yeah, Sean."
Yeah.
And he's literally just like getting pale.
Yeah.
And then they walk in the house, and then the whole scene unfolds, and he's just like, "Holy shit! Holy shit!" When he's bashing her brains in,
Dude,
like,
so just even the there's so much that scene's such cool action, but there's amazing comedy. Like when he's like, "Hey, I recognize you," and he's like, "I'm the devil." And he's like, "It was something way more stupid
than
like
that.
like Tex or Rex."
no, he
And-
goes to Rex, and then she goes, "Shoot him, Tex." He goes, "That's it, Tex."
Yeah.
My dude, and the crazy thing about that movie, I saw it at like an art house movie theater,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a lot of older people.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, when the shit hit the fan at the end, everybody was dying laughing.
Yeah, it's like a funny scene. When he tortures her with the flamethrower is hilarious.
It's because I think it's because like these are the worst human beings. Mm-hmm. Like Tarantino knows how to do that. He knows how to when a good character like Kill Bill, I recently watched for the first time.
I saw same too. Yeah,
So
like a
painful.
couple months ago. Yeah.
Watching I love Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
If you're watching this,
We love
I don't
you.
know why you'd be watching this,
Yeah.
but
I'd be
I would
disappointed
love
in
to
you.
marry you or your daughter. You both seem like wonderful ladies. But yeah, she's my crush. But watching her just get tortured is so painful. And then he does this great thing. When your hero gets tortured, it's so painful and disgusting.
Yeah.
But then when the villains get tortured, you're just cheering.
Yeah.
It's this magical thing he can do.
Dude, because it's even I'm sure Django was at first a little hard sell to Southern or white people who aren't fond of minorities.
Yeah.
And he does such a good way of just making sure that and all of the slave owners and people are the evilest fucking people. The way Samuel Jackson's character when he's leaving them bleeding on the floor at the end, all of that's so
But the
great.
thing is, all his villains are evil. You can tell, oh, that's the bad guy. Mm-hmm. But they're also, you get why people like them.
Yes.
Like Leonardo and Django.
Yeah.
He's a mean man, bad guy. But you're like, oh, he's suave.
Yeah.
He's a little fancy. He can make a
Monsieur
joke.
Candy.
Yeah. And it's like he just doesn't say that's the bad guy. Mm-hmm. You're kind of
He gives him
almost
levels. Dude.
Yeah.
He's fucking great. Hey, before we wrap this up, because I know we both got to get out of here. You mind doing a would you rather too?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right.
it.
Okay. This one is, would you rather have a loud, disgusting fart every time you laughed, or moan sexually overly loud every time you ate something? So loud moan every bite of food, or every little giggle a loud fart.
I'll take 2. I already do that sometimes.
You do? Oh god, this fucking
Dude, we work in
Junior.
comedy. Imagine the green room.
That's what I'm. Yeah. Oh, how dude. Yeah.
Oh, it would just be bad. I would never get booked on shows.
Oh no, never did. And that's the thing too. Is just all right. Look, both are awkward, but
Yeah.
a moan. it's done. If I bust ass right now, it's here for several minutes.
Also, it's like I'm eating something good.
Yeah, dude.
You're like, oh fuck, I guess Tony just likes
I'm a little
food.
jealous too that you just came eating that burger. You know.
It'd be funny. I'm just eating like a Jolly Rancher. I guess Tony loves Jolly Ranchers.
Put that mint in my mouth, dirty boy. I'm with you. Yeah, I think that one, it was an interesting one, but yeah, obviously you got to go. Let's see. This one's on Reddit, so we have a comparison. Yeah, out of 100 votes, 70% said moaning. Yeah, you can't. The problem is it says, it doesn't say a loud fart. It's a loud, disgusting fart. When you click on the thing, it says stinky fart. So
That's funny.
that, you know what I mean? There's a difference.
Stinky winky fart. That's funny.
You.
That's hilarious.
All right, this one is not from Reddit. This one's for me. Would you rather sleep with the Queen or Betty White in their oldest
White.
age? Betty White. Betty White's kind of like, she had a little like adorableness to her.
Betty White was, dude, she was dope, man.
Yeah.
Betty White was fun. You could cuddle with Betty.
I bet the Queen smells, dog.
Oh, dude, the Queen would just like, after you're done fucking her, she just got shoo.
Shoo, be gone.
Be gone.
Oh,
Big,
don't kill
tell
a
anyone.
minority.
Dude,
Be
Betty
gone.
White would take you to a fucking a hometown buffet after. Dude, you'd fuck a hometown buffet and then bingo night, dude. It would,
the hometown buffet,
dude, yeah. You would fucking go bingo night, then you'd come back, before bedtime at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
You'd get one more round in, fucking watch some Nick at Night, and then just fucking she's passing out in your arms, dude.
She'd be romantic, dude.
Yeah,
Betty.
Betty.
You might get to go hang out with like another famous old person,
Yeah,
like Dolly Parton.
dude.
You're having cocktails with Dolly
Yeah.
P and Betty White.
Betty
dude.
would be sick, dude.
Yeah, I'm sleeping. I'm going with Betty. Also, shout out America, dude. I gotta sleep.
Yeah,
with.
fuck the Queen.
Dude, speaking of the Queen, real quick. Yesterday on stage, I was on a show, and I thought it would be funny if I stood in silence for a whole minute to start my set and then dedicate it to the Queen. And I did it. I did Rough House Brewing, which is just like all old white people. And I did it. And I was the last comic going up too. So it was like, they're your headliner. We're all just doing 10 minutes, but you're headliner for the night. So everyone's like, oh, what's he gonna do, bro? I so silent. I dragged a chair up next to me because there was like, and I go. There was a moment of silence for the Queen. I know we're all torn up. Utter silence.
That's
response.
funny.
Silence for 2 seconds. And someone goes, wah wah wah.
That's
And
great.
it fucking leveled the room, this dude. And I was like, you son of a bitch. And like, ended up being a fine set. Like, I started going, I was like, my bad, Revolutionary War. And people started chanting with me,
That's
Revolutionary War. But like,
That's funny.
oh, bro. Because I even like I got in and the bartender's like, do you have any Queen jokes for tonight? And I'm like, I actually was thinking of doing this. And she starts dying. She's like, that's so funny. You have to. So now I have like confidence of another bro. Like, when the silence hit, I laughed so hard myself because it was like, in my mind, I was like, this is gonna kill, dude. No one made any Queen jokes the whole night. I was like, it's mine.
Yeah.
And yeah, it could not have gone worse,
That's
dude.
funny.
It almost derailed my whole fucking set. Okay, last one, and then we'll wrap it up. Would you rather be bald or have all white hair?
Oh, dude, all white.
All white hair, yeah, because we both have like decent hair, like.
Oh, dude, all
yeah.
white. My grandpa, dude, on Germany, dude, all white hair. He still has it all. Fucking.
Yeah. I'd much rather be the silver fox than
Oh, yeah.
like the creepy bald guy. It's hard to pull off the bald look.
I have a weird shaped head.
Oh, me too. I got like low key big ears and a big nose. Like maybe it's not even that low key, but like it gets super high key if I don't have hair on my head.
Yeah.
Like you start like. I'm not saying I'm an attractive man, but I become a very ugly man without hair. Like you could just.
Did you ever have a kid in high school that went bald? In high school?
No, after high school.
Oh, we had one kid in high school was going bald.
Oh, that's
and he just
so
looked at him,
terrible.
and like every time I saw him, I just wanted to give him $1.
Yeah.
Like I was
'Cause high
like,
school's
he
too
felt like a
easy.
homeless guy.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, fucking get a toupee.
And that's too early to commit to being bald. You can't do it.
No, like medically, he was just losing.
Oh shit!
he was just
that
losing.
sucks.
Like no choice.
we had a kid in like junior high who like had stress and he would pull his hair out. So it was the craziest thing because he had hair down to his like shoulders,
Yeah.
but was bald on top, and he would wear a hat and hide it. And like, here's kind of the cool part. I'm gonna give you, and then we'll wrap it up with this little story. he was in 3rd and 4th grade. He was like the school bully. He was the first guy who figured out your mom in our grade.
Oh, okay.
So like he was the kid who'd be like, "Can you pass me that?" I don't know. Can your mom pass me that? And it was like, "Oh,
yeah, everybody loses their shit.
And so
Yeah.
he was like the king and would like bully the fuck out of people. Then obviously around like 6th grade, that shit don't work no more. It's played out, and we know now how to like hurt people. So he starts to like lose his reign a little, and from that he develops this stress. And I think on the side it's like parents might have getting divorced or something. A little more not as fun.
Some real shit.
Some real shit.
Yeah.
But he starts to pull his hair out, and now everyone remembers him as the bully, but he's hairless. So instead of like most kids where you wouldn't have mentioned it, it was open season. People would run up to him and go, "Smeagol, Smeagol."
Jesus Christ.
And run away, dude. Like,
Is that kid dead now?
he had to change schools. I actually feel bad because
He had to change
I
schools?
just called him Smeagol a few times, you know? He said my mom a lot when I was a kid. It's payback, bitch. I remember I've been doing push-ups in my room waiting for this day.
Only if he balls, then I'm going to
dude.
get him.
The last memory, I remember he went to freshman year, he tried out for football, and he was like so unathletic and like so out of shape that we're doing conditioning, and he was like, they were like, he fell on the ground. It was like, I can't do it. And the coaches were like, well, he has 15 seconds to make it across this line before you all run the rest of the day. So it was muddy and it had rained. So like me and like not actually 2 other kids grabbed him by his arms and dragged him through the mud to the finish line, because if we're like, dude, get up. You have to make it in 15 or the coaches say we all have to run. He was like, I can't do it. And kids just grabbed him and like dragged him across. And then like he quit the next day, and then I like never saw him again. It was a very big fall from grace, dude.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Kind of like a Tarantino film, you know?
You guys killed this kid.
We killed this kid.
Jesus Christ.
We're going to have to scrap this part of the podcast. I just admitted to murder live on the podcast. Fuck, man. Well, that was a sad one. I forgot how sad the story is.
That was very sad.
Well, you got anything to promote, dude?
Comedian Tony Casillas.
Yeah.
You can check out my dates on there.
Follow him. It'll be in the bio.
Yeah. And then
and
my
all that.
podcast, Thoughtless Experiment, that I do with my buddy Sean Riley.
Yes, great podcast. Want to talk about. We didn't get to it, but guys, go check it out. You'll love it. Thank you guys so much for listening. If this is your first time or your 124th time listening, I appreciate you. But most importantly, thank you for letting us be your last resort. See ya.
Yeah, check it out now. It's like this Shaw, it's like that Anna. It's like this Shaw, it's like that Anna, like that. Check it out now, check it out. Yo, this one right here is about a girl. And you've seen this girl before if you've been to any club in the whole wide world. Check it out. Her nickname's Last Resort. See her in the corner with a plastic fork. You see her out the side of your eyes, only girl in the club.
Your Last Resort production.